6 months ago, Erica, Taylor, and I ran a half marathon at Disney World, which is 13.1 miles. And as we stood at the finish line, Erica said,
next year, last number challenge,
which is 2 back-to-back races.
But AJ said 2's not enough.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of The Sticker. This is my wife Erica, and we are talking Run Disney again. As most of you know, we ran the half marathon. When was that? February of this year. Taylor, our 16-year-old, ran that one with us, and we've got a new Run Disney season. And so we immediately knew after the Princess one that we were gonna do the Princess one again, but instead of just the half, we decided to do the half and the 10K. They're back-to-back races. But that sort of expanded a little bit, and it might have slightly been my fault. So
AJ got the running bug.
first thing we did was register for what they call the Wine Dine. And that is 2 back-to-back races. It's in November, and that is the 10K and a half marathon back-to-back in November. Then we decided, actually this was more of a me decided, to do a full marathon in January. The Walt Disney World Marathon.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It's a little intimidating. AJ's like, well, we're gonna run 19 in November. We just tack on a few more to get to 26 in January. We can do it. So,
my logic is that we'll have spent all this time training up to 19 miles, and 10 weeks later is the full marathon. So just take those 10 weeks and extend your training on to January. That's the way I think.
Peasy.
That's
just
what
like
I
that.
think about it. So we'll see if that works. And then of course in February we have the Princess, and we're doing the challenge, which is the 10K and the half back-to-back. And then we actually decided yesterday to register for Springtime Surprise.
Right.
That's a 3-course challenge.
Right.
So that is a 5K, 10K, and a 10-miler. So it actually averages out to 19.3 miles. So we have all of that coming up. And in the midst of it, there's actually 2 little mini races we threw in there because we're going on a cruise, and they have a 5K on the Disney Island. So we plan to do that. And they also had a virtual 5K thing. And so honestly, I'll be real honest, the medal looked awesome.
Right.
And so we did that one. That is 10 races, and we've lost our mind. But do you know how many miles that is?
I do not. I just know that if we do all of them, it will be a perfect race year. Perfect Run Disney race.
So it'll sort of be a perfect run. And that is if you do all the races at Walt Disney World.
Okay.
There are a few we're not doing. So I'm calling this a nearly perfect. So at Marathon Weekend, we're not doing the 5K,
Oh,
10K,
I see. We're not doing the doping
half.
challenge.
So I'm calling it the nearly perfect.
Okay.
Is that
perfect.
like nearly headless Nick?
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Right, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway, do you know how many miles those 10 races?
Do I even want to know?
Okay, this is races only. Races only, not training.
Not training, just
Not
races.
training. Races only, 90.5 miles.
Gosh. Wow.
So at Walt Disney World or on some sort of Disney property this year between July and April, we'll run 90.5 miles.
Wow.
But think about it. Some people run ultras and they do that in a whole day.
Right, yeah.
So really, it's not that big a
It's
deal.
not that big of a deal.
This is races with long runs in them,
Fun.
right?
Yeah.
Want to take a guess, or do you want me to just tell you how many miles that is?
500 and something probably?
Not quite.
Oh, okay.
Not quite. 395.
I wasn't that far off.
395 miles for the long runs, and long runs basically means every weekend. But during the week, you also have to run maintenance runs.
Right.
Every Tuesday and Thursday, you run, you know,
5K.
basically.
Basically.
Okay. Would you like to know how many miles that is?
Wow.
The total mileage, if I did my math right, which
I'm sure you did.
I don't know, is 623 miles. Erica
get
and I
us into?
have officially lost our minds. So this year we'll run 623 miles, assuming all goes well, assuming we stay injury-free and all of that. So I thought it'd be fun to talk about wine.
Okay.
So really succinctly, I got a million reasons why I run. But do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. First of all, running is the one place that I can be alone. That's kind of, I mean, that's actually a top thing for me.
Yeah.
Nobody can text me. Nobody I mean, they can text me. I'm not going to respond. I've sort of conditioned everybody and myself that when I go out to run, I get to be alone.
Yeah.
And I basically given myself permission to be deep in thought. This is my time. And my number 2 reason is that endurance running is actually my training for endurance working, because it's not just the miles. The way I eat, the way I drink or stay hydrated, water, the way I sleep, all of that stuff, because I have to be responsible with it for running.
Right.
It forces me to be responsible in normal life. And my last reason is because I love ice cream. And that means I love to eat.
Right.
I love sugar and sweets. And so if I can burn a few hundred calories every day or every run day, it gives me the opportunity to eat what I want to eat. You want to talk about your top 3?
Sure.
Okay, top 3 reasons you want to do these many miles this season.
So I think my main reason is I just want to push myself beyond what I think or what others think I can do. I've learned a lot about myself over the last few years, and I know I can do a lot of hard things. And so when we're out there running and we're doing a long run day and I just want to give up, I just remind myself that I can do these things now.
Sorry, inserting story here.
Yes.
I was walking the dog home and you were running up the street and I was like, dang, look at that person running, like they're booking it. And then I realized it was you. I was like, shoot, okay. Okay, so second reason, Erica, that you want to do all these miles.
Sort of like what you had said, just that running gives me alone time to kind of clear my mind and recharge. Let's face it, our lives are a little bit crazy. We have 3 teenagers and we both work busy jobs. And so just being able to get out and clear my mind. And if I take the time to take care of myself, I have more to pour into the rest of the family.
So tell me your last one.
I just love that running is something that we do together. So for clarification, we don't actually run together. People always hear that we run and they're like, oh, that's so sweet. I wish my husband ran with me. And I'm like, no. Let's be clear. AJ runs very fast, so we don't actually run together, but we are training together and we get to go on these trips to do these races. So I love that we do that together.
Taylor, who is our 16-year-old daughter, is running a few of these races as well. I'm gonna have her share her top 3 reasons for wanting to do the races she's doing. So she's doing the Princess Challenge and she's also doing the 10K at Springtime Surprise. So I'm gonna have Taylor share her top 3 reasons since she's joining us.
What are your top 3 reasons for running?
My first reason is to prove to myself that I can do hard things. Just being able to show up for myself every day when that long run's hard or when you go up that hill and you want to walk. Being able to prove to myself that I can do that and that I'm strong enough for that. A lot of people are like, you like to run? Like, that sucks. Like, why do you choose to run so long? Like, but once you run and you train and you build up that endurance, it becomes fun and you hit runner's high and then you get to run races and you have that like adrenaline rush. And it's like honestly something special that I have for me that I have found brings me a lot of joy and peace. And being able to enjoy fun times and going and like eating Disney snacks, just like all of that together, being able to push myself and then reward myself with something.
Yeah.
Just like this delayed gratification, just like it's really important to me. And that's another reason that I have trained to run.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of her. I think it's cool that she's doing it.
It's really neat for me as her mom to see her developing this confidence and, the stamina, knowing that she can do it, pushing herself. She is already leaps and bounds beyond where I was at that age. I mean, some of these things I'm just learning now as an adult, and so it's really neat to see her just growing in this way at such a young age.
Here's my last question, Erica. What do you hope to be able to say is true when you cross the finish line of the last race in April?
I know what I want to be able to say.
Oh, okay.
I want to be able to say, like, good job, AJ! And I'll already cross the finish line before you.
Oh, man.
You would
at
be
the same time.
You'd be like, we're doing it again.
Back to the top. Really fast, you injured yourself last year, January. You broke a couple toes.
Yes.
And you still did the race. Where are you at right now?
Yeah, so injured myself doing the race because I hadn't been training because of the broken toes. Spent about 6 months seeing different doctors, a couple different physical therapists, trying to figure out what was wrong. Turned out I had tibialis tendonitis. Anyway, it's no big deal. It's fixed almost immediately with some exercises and some ultrasound. And so, yeah, I'm on the road to recovery. I'm a little bit behind on the training schedule in that I can't run as far as I'm supposed to on our long run days, but I'm confident that I will be fine.
Good. I know you will.